like to call the Village Board meeting for May 17th to order. You have the roll call, please.
Mayor Ron is absent tonight. Mayor Pro Tem Forsley.
Here.
The clerk's here. Trustee Emery. Here. Trustee Fleming.
Here.
Trustee Klebanow.
Here.
Trustee Scott.
Here.
Trustee Seneca.
Here.
Manager Searle.
Here.
Attorney Zemanek.
Here.
Police Chief Mulhern. Here. Fire Chief Trout. Deputy Police Chief King. Here. And Economic Development Director and Assistant Manager Kimball.
Here. We can have everyone rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. First item on the agenda, the minutes of the Committee of the Whole meeting held April 29th, 2010, and the board meeting held May 3rd, 2010. Do you have a motion?
Motion to approve, Seneca.
Second, Fleming.
Any comments, questions? Roll call.
Trustee Seneca.
Yes.
Trustee Forsley.
Yes.
Trustee Scott.
Yes.
Trustee Fleming.
Yes.
Trustee Klebanow.
Yes.
Trustee Emery.
Yes.
And right off, I need to apologize for my voice. If you're watching TV and it goes in and out, it's the cold. The next are reports, and the first report is a recognition of athletic achievement. And I am honored to be sitting here at this time because the young man we want to recognize is a former student of mine, a humble young man who's quiet and wouldn't have known that he had done these accomplishments in college had it not been for his uncle, whom I also coached, but years back. And I just want to go through. His name is Daniel Benton, and I just need to read some of his accomplishments because until I got this, I just thought it was one award, but he has done many things. College of DuPage as a freshman. He's a four-time NCJAA, I'm assuming National Collegiate Junior Athletic Association All-American. Men's 400-meter dash, men's 4x100-meter relay, men's 4x100-meter relay. All these are first place, by the way. And then men's 200-meter dash, second place. As a sophomore, College of DuPage, he was a three-time National Collegiate Junior All-American. Again, 400-meter dash, first place, 4x100, first place, and 200-meter dash, second place. This current year, the 2010 College Conference of Illinois, Wisconsin Men's Indoor Track and Field Conference Championship. He's a two-time all-conference men's 400-meter first place dash and 4x400-meter relay second place. And then most recently, the NCAA Division III Men's Indoor Track and Field. Now that's the only one I knew he did, because and I didn't realize all the others. Men's Division III Indoor Track and Field National Championships. If I understand this correctly, the team took national champions. Is that correct? Division III. And then the Division III men's 4x400 relay, and that was first place. And then the men's 400-meter dash, you took second place. So we always recognize any of our residents. And a lot of times in the student area, we only recognize them from the high school level, and because we don't always hear about the collegiate. And Dan has just gone on to do a tremendous job, and I'm just so proud to be here to be able to recognize him. So if we can call Daniel Benton up here, receive the award. What's that?
Have him run up here.
Yeah. Well. Notice Daniel is wearing a boot.
Yeah, what's up with that? Oh, no.
Unfortunately, he broke his foot recently, so I'm going to come front here.
Running too fast.
In recognition of accomplishments in 2010 NCAA and College Conference Division III Men's Indoor Track in North Central College, including the awards of National Champion, All-Conference, and All-American, Daniel Benton is presented the Certificate of Achievement from Mayor Pro Tem and the Village Board on the 17th day of May 2010. Congratulations.
Yay.
know if we have a moment, the board doesn't mind. I know some of the family members are here. You might take a picture with the family coming up. The family coming up.
Come on. Come on, Gramps.
Feel well.
I think this is such an accomplishment that the family should be here.
My daughter is a graduate of North.
Get in there, Gramps.
Everybody say cheese. Cheese.
Must got a nice camera, just hold. That'll hit the screen.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Smile, let's go. Try it again.
Uh-oh.
Same look on the boards. One more. One more. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
That's good.
Thank you very much.
Excellent. Congratulations. We have such great listening kids.
Well, Tom even quit his day job to become a photographer.
Yeah. You won't be taking any pictures off that roof.
What, this?
Yeah, thanks.
This could get ugly.
For reports, that's all that was left for the mayor. So clerk?
I just want to remind everybody that a week from this weekend, I can't think of, I'm trying to think of the days, the 28th, the 29th, and the 30th is the red, white, and barbecue. And then on Monday, the 31st, will be the Memorial Day Parade. Everybody has to remember to come out and wave at all of you because I'll be out of town. And then, Tom, would you like to come up and talk about standing on the Dunkin' Donuts?
Taking pictures?
Taking
Getting
pictures
money.
off the roof?
I can't steal another camera. Thank you, Clerk Shimsky. As I mentioned Thursday night, and again, to remind everyone who wasn't watching Thursday, this Friday, our department will do another first. We will be joining the statewide Illinois Law Enforcement Torch Run for Special Olympics. Our department has participated in that program over the past several years. We've raised, and then sometimes in excess of $5,000 a year. All the money goes towards Special Olympics, not to the police department, not to the officers. But this year, we'll be joining the Cop on Top program, where we'll have a police officer on the top of the Dunkin' Donuts at 19 West 63rd. That's on 63rd Street, south side of the street, just west of Cass Avenue. And that officer will be me up there starting at 5 o'clock in the morning and going until 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So if you'd like to come and see your police chief, reach heights he's never been to before, come and see me Friday afternoon or Friday morning at Dunkin' Donuts with the Cop on Top. If you come and give a $10 donation, you will get a travel mug with free coffee for the rest of the day from Dunkin' Donuts. If you make any donation, you get a free donut. And we're also going to be selling Torch Run hats and shirts there as well, too. All a fundraiser for Special Olympics. So if you could, please come and join me. And that was it. Thank you.
Thank you. And I did want to ask, Trustee Klevenow, do they still have that ceremony at the cemetery?
I haven't heard because they're now with Downers Grove, but I'm still going to show up at 9, presuming they have it.
At 9 o'clock is usually?
9 o'clock at Clarendon Hills.
Clarendon Hills, right. I just wanted to mention that.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay, attorney?
Just I passed out the ordinances for agenda item 2 because needed the direction of the board on Thursday night, so you have that now in front of you. And I passed out the final negotiated agreement with Don Morris Architects, and I can answer any questions when we get to those agenda items.
Okay, thank you. Manager?
Thank you. Just a request for executive session for personnel.
Okay. Thank you. Before we move on, feel free, if you want to leave, you don't need to stay for the whole meeting. I know it's sometimes awkward, but you're welcome to leave. The next item on the agenda is the parking permits downtown employee commuter board to consider approving the following ordinances. A, reduce the number of permits sold for the downtown employee parking permit program by 7. B, increase the over sale of permits for commuter parking Lot B by 15% as recommended by the village clerk's office. Can we do these together? Separate? Okay.
Motion to approve Part A. Emery?
Second, Scott.
Discussion? Hearing no discussion, roll call?
Trustee Emery?
It says reduce the number of permits sold. Isn't it parking spaces? We don't want to reduce the permits. We want to reduce the spaces.
Good catch. That's
I
right.
saw
right.
that. Sorry, after I moved.
You're right.
That's okay.
Yeah.
The ordinance itself just reduces the number of spaces.
Okay, that's what
Okay.
it should be.
Okay, even though it says reduces number of permits sold?
Let's see.
Is that the one where it shows 8 spaces
Right.
instead of 7?
You're talking about the wording of the agenda versus the wording of the ordinance?
The wording
And
of
the
the
agenda.
ordinance says by reducing the number of permits sold.
Actually, you've got 8.
I think it's just supposed to be the parking spaces.
Yeah, we were going to eliminate spaces.
That's correct.
Yeah.
This is here.
Maybe I'm incorrect. I'm looking at the ordinance versus the agenda. Are you look-
Okay, I'm looking at the ordinance and the agenda.
The agenda is incorrectly worded.
Okay, the
and-
ordinance says, the second
Oh,
line,
I'm sorry, in the title.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll make that correction.
And is it by 8 spaces then?
It's
Number 1 says 8.
It's reducing it by 7.
reducing it by
Okay, so it was
7.
7, okay, so that means we're going to have 8 left there, is what you're saying in the, okay.
Correct.
In the ordinance, it says the clerk is authorized and directed to sell commuter parking permits for the 7 spaces along Burlingame, okay, removed for downtown employee. Okay, that's fine. All right, I'll, as amended, motion to approve.
Second, Scott.
Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
On the amendment, Trustee Emery?
Yes.
Trustee Klebanow?
Yes.
Trustee Fleming?
Yes.
Trustee Scott?
Yes.
Trustee Forsley?
Yes.
Trustee Seneca?
Yes.
Motion to approve Part B, Emery.
Second, Seneca?
Discussion? Roll call? Roll call? Get it out.
Trustee Emery?
Yes.
Trustee Forsley?
Yes.
Trustee Scott?
Yes.
Trustee Fleming?
Yes.
Trustee Klebanow?
Yes.
Trustee Seneca? Yes.
Under new business, Oak Brook Toyota Serva. Board to consider an ordinance approving a special use permit to allow off-site storage of vehicle inventory in the OR Office Research District located at 700 Oakmont Lane.
Motion approved, Scott.
Second, Emery.
Discussion? Hearing nothing, roll call, please.
Trustee Scott?
Yes.
Trustee Fleming?
Yes.
Trustee Seneca?
Yes.
Trustee Forsley?
Yes.
Trustee Emery?
Yes.
Trustee Klebanow?
Yes.
Engineering Services Agreement. Board to consider an ordinance approving an engineering services agreement with Wilsburg Kelsey Associates for engineering services on the St. Joseph Creek Stream Bank Restoration Project.
Motion to approve, Fleming?
Second, Klebanow?
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Trustee Fleming?
Yes.
Trustee Klebanow?
Yes.
Trustee Seneca?
Yes.
Trustee Emery?
Abstain.
Trustee Forsley?
Yes.
Trustee Scott?
Yes.
Masonry Building Code, the word's out, Code Amendment. Board to consider an ordinance approving staff recommended amendments to the Westmont Building Code concerning the requirements for masonry construction in the village.
Motion to approve, Emery.
Second, Fleming?
Discussion? Roll call?
Trustee Emery?
Yes.
Trustee Klebanow?
Yes.
Trustee Fleming?
Yes.
Trustee Scott?
Yes.
Trustee Forsley?
Yes.
Trustee Seneca?
Yes.
Don Morris Architects, P.C., Board to consider an ordinance authorizing staff to enter into an agreement with Don Morris Architects, P.C. for building plan reviews and building and electrical inspections.
Motion approved, Scott.
Second, Emery?
Discussion?
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
I was in the middle of trying to get the information from our attorney on the changes that were made. Most of it, I think I understand. A lot of it was crossed off, so this new one that you have just eliminates those paragraphs, correct?
It's just a clean copy, clean final copy that was negotiated pending your review.
Okay, I wasn't certain, you know, on the language, but I guess you're happy with some of the stuff. There was something in here when I was reading it that made me feel like they've got their escape if they make a mistake. Because it said, you know, as long as it wasn't intentional and all that, and it just...
Well, there's a couple sections that address that. First is the standard of care, which is they have to perform to professional standard of care common in the industry, and if they make a mistake, they have to correct it at their expense. So that language is in there. And then the second part is indemnification language, which states if a claim is made against the village because of their negligent or intentional acts or omissions, they're going to indemnify the village against such claims. So I think the village is protected by this agreement, and it's better than having no agreement.
So I wasn't certain I was reading right, if we were protected or they were just protecting themselves. That's why I wanted to make sure I understood the agreement.
They did ask for the indemnification to be mutual, so that the village would indemnify them if they get sued because of something that one of our internal staff members does, and somehow they get dragged into a lawsuit, but it's the village's fault, we would protect and indemnify them.
Okay.
So that is a new addition.
And if one of them gets injured on the job and during an inspection, are we responsible, or are they covered by their own workmen?
Yep, they are required to maintain workers' compensation insurance, and they're responsible.
Okay.
They're not, and it clearly spells out they're not employees of the village.
Okay, I thought I read that, but then with all the stuff that was erased, I couldn't remember if it was still there. I didn't have a chance to reread it when it was erased. What the heck do they mean by the last thing, H? Counterparts. This agreement may be executed in 2 or more counterparts, each of which may, taken together, shall constitute one and the same instrument.
I added that. It just means that we can sign a signature page here. They can sign a signature page over there. We can exchange signature pages and put them all together. And those signature pages taken together will constitute one.
Okay, so they don't have to be on the same page, 2 separate. Okay, gotcha. I want to make sure I understood that. Thank you so much. That's all I have.
Any other questions, comments? Okay, roll call, please.
Trustee Scott.
Yes.
Trustee Fleming.
Yes.
Trustee Klebanow.
Yes.
Trustee Emery.
Yes.
Trustee Seneca.
Yes.
Trustee Forsley.
Yes. Next item, motor fuel tax. Board to consider an ordinance approving a local sales tax of .025 cents per gallon on the retail sale of gasoline or motor fuel.
Motion approved, Scott.
Motion to second, Seneca.
Discussion.
So the record is clear, it's $0.025, not .025 cents.
I wanted to say 2.5 cents.
Which would have worked.
And I know, but when I read it, it just came out
It
the
just
other way.
didn't come out right.
It was a
Thank you.
combination of your two thoughts.
It was.
There you go.
Thank you for correcting me. Any other comments, corrections, or anything? Okay, roll call, please.
Trustee Scott.
Yes.
Trustee Forsley.
Yes.
Trustee Emery.
Yes.
Trustee Seneca.
Yes.
Trustee Klebanow.
Yes.
Trustee Fleming.
Yes.
Next item, revision to Code of Ordinances Personnel. Board to consider an ordinance approving a revision to Chapter 62 Personnel, Section 62-71, Standards of Dress.
So moved, Emery?
Second, Scott.
Comments, questions? No? Roll call, please.
Trustee Emery.
Yes.
Trustee Forsley.
Yes.
Trustee Scott.
Yes.
Trustee Fleming.
Yes.
Trustee Klebanow.
Yes.
Trustee Seneca.
Yes.
9, proclamation. Board to consider a motion approving a proclamation declaring the week of May 17th to 23, 2010 an Emergency Medical Services Week.
So moved, Emery?
Second, Klebanow.
And the proclamation was read on Thursday, so no
You
other
can
comments?
save your voice
Save your
today.
voice.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Trustee Emery.
Yes.
Trustee Klebanow.
Yes.
Trustee Fleming.
Yes.
Trustee Scott.
Yes.
Trustee Forsley.
Yes.
Trustee Seneca.
Yes.
Solicitation request, board to consider a motion retroactively granting permission to pass out promotional flyers by Hinsdale Central High School's entrepreneurship class, Friday, May 14th, from 11 o'clock a.m. until 4 o'clock p.m.
Motion to approve, Emery.
Second, Fleming.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Emery.
Yes.
Trustee Forsley.
Yes?
Trustee Scott.
Yes.
Trustee Klebanow.
Yes.
Trustee Fleming.
Yes.
Trustee Seneca.
Yes.
I figure there's no discussion on that one, was it? 11, finance ordinance number 1.
We have before us on this 17th day of May, 2010, a finance ordinance in the amount of $1,360,493.33.
Motion to approve, Emery.
Second, Scott.
Discussion? Roll call?
Trustee Emery.
Yes.
Trustee Klebanow.
Yes.
Trustee Fleming.
Yes.
Trustee Scott.
Yes.
Trustee Forsley.
Yes.
Trustee Seneca.
Yes.
Purchase orders. I'm waiting to see who's going to do it.
Motion, and in lieu of having my usual person next to me who is serving as the mayor pro tem, motion to approve as a block in the amount of $192,223.12.
Second, Seneca.
Discussion?
Good job.
Roll call.
Trustee Emery.
Yes.
Trustee Seneca.
Yes.
Trustee Fleming.
Yes.
Trustee Scott.
Yes.
Trustee Forsley.
Yes.
Trustee Klebanow.
Yes.
There are no other items. We do have the executive session for personnel. Motion to go into executive session.
Motion to adjourn into executive session.
Second, Scott.
Roll call?
Trustee Emery.
Yes.
Trustee Klebanow.
Yes.
Trustee Fleming.
Yes.
Trustee Scott.
Yes.
Trustee Seneca.
Yes.
Trustee Forsley.
Yes. This meeting is adjourned to executive session. Thank you.